I buried nearly everyone I ever knew, but I never buried my peace. You know, I've watched the world change colors 10 times over the past century. And what still amazes me is how people keep walking. They carry weights they never asked for, emotional debts they never owed, guilt that belongs to people who have been gone for decades. Whenever I look at someone young, and at 103, every one of you is young to me, I see exhaustion in the eyes of those who haven't even lived half their journey. It's not the body that grows heavy, it's the mind. Reaching this chair with a clear head and a steady heart wasn't genetic luck. It was daily refusal. A decision I made long ago that I would not become the storage room for my family's frustrations. Now I understand, for the body to last a century, the soul cannot carry a single gram of old resentment. Bitterness is rust. It begins inside, and before you realize it, your movements are locked. I decided the cycle of silence and sacrifice from the women before me would end with me. Not because I lacked love, but because I respected the life I was given too much to waste it. I want to tell you how I did it. What I practice every single day so time never defeats me. Because if everything ended tomorrow, I would die in peace, knowing the story I lived was mine, not someone else's. So let me tell you what truly keeps us alive. The first habit that carried me this far was learning how to clear my mind before my head touched the pillow. It sounds simple. It is the hardest thing you will attempt today. Most people go to bed dragging a crowd behind them. A problem from work, worries about money, a resentment from 10 years ago that should have dissolved by now. They try to sleep, but their brains are too busy solving problems that were never theirs to begin with. I created a ritual. Every night, I sit at the edge of my bed and ask myself, what happened today that was truly mine? If someone was rude to me on the street, I hand it back to them in my mind. If it's that old feeling of never being enough, the one I inherited from my mother, I say it out loud. This is yours, mother, not mine. I separate the emotional trash from the harvest of the day. I refuse to let someone else's exhaustion hitch a ride into my sleep. And do you know why that matters? Because a brain that never rests from the past has no room to learn anything new in the present. Around 36, I was chronically exhausted. I blamed work. I blamed the children. Now I see the truth. I was trying to sleep while carrying 3 generations of women on my back. The day I declared my pillow sacred, a place where only my own peace was allowed, my body began to renew itself. If you want longevity, learn this cleansing. Do not sleep with ghosts. Leave what belongs to others with others. Tomorrow is a new day, and you will need every part of yourself free for what comes next. The second habit is what keeps the flame alive, challenging my own mind. People assume the body ages and drags the mind down with it. I learned the opposite. The mind retires first, and the body follows. I never allowed my curiosity to go on vacation. The reason I'm sitting here at 103 with a clear mind is simple. I never stopped chasing the nervous thrill of learning something I didn't know. In my family, women used to say, "You can't teach an old donkey a new language." Nonsense. That's just an excuse to surrender to the mildew of habit. I saw the radio arrive. I watched television enter our homes. And when the internet appeared, I didn't dismiss it as something for the young. I learned how it worked. At 90, I was learning to use a computer. Now I search for new games, study plants I've never seen, try to understand how your world spins, making my brain sweat, carving new pathways for thought. That's what I call the will to stay alive. When you push yourself to learn something complex, you are telling yourself, we are not done yet. There is still road ahead. It clears the cobwebs from memory and keeps your eyes bright. In my 40s, I felt myself stagnating, repeating the same conversations, recycling the same complaints. That's when I understood. If I didn't feed my mind something new, I would become nothing more than an echo of the generations before me. Learning is the only way not to remain a rough draft of your parents. If you want to last, don't settle for what you already know. Seek what stretches you. The brain is a muscle that feeds on novelty. Give it the same bland meal every day and it falls asleep. As for me, I plan to stay wide awake. The third habit may be the hardest to swallow, but it saved my heart. An immediate forgiveness diet. Don't mistake me. I'm not talking about being naive or pretending nothing happened. I'm talking about hygiene. Refusing to let someone else's garbage rot inside you. I have watched people make themselves sick by hoarding old grievances like trophies. They replay the insult, relive the anger, and without realizing it, inject daily poison into their own veins. I learned early that resentment is acid. It corrodes the container that holds it. If you want a long life, your heart needs space to beat, not weight to carry. My rule is simple. I don't let anger see the sunrise. If something wounds me, I resolve it, internally or externally, within 24 hours. I forgive not because the other person deserves it, but because I deserve peace. Forgiveness is like dropping a backpack full of stones and discovering you can run again. At 45, I was inflamed. I stored every criticism, every neglect, every crooked word from my parents and from the world. My chest felt tight, and I called it fatigue. Now I know, it was the burden of trying to be everyone's judge. The moment I decided my health mattered more than my right to be right, my heart finally rested. If you want longevity, stop collecting wounds. Immediate forgiveness is the greatest antioxidant there is. It clears the blood, steadies the pulse, and lightens the soul enough to float above the storm. Don't give your past the power to halt your future. The fourth habit anchors me when the world spins too fast, feeling the present with my hands. We live in an age where people are everywhere except inside their own bodies. They are stuck in the past, regretting, or stranded in the future, worrying. And the present slips by like a shadow no one noticed. I learned that anxiety is a story the mind tells about tomorrow. The only way to expose that lie is to return to the senses. Every day, I make a point of touching life, feeling the damp soil as I tend my plants, holding the warmth of a coffee cup in my palms, listening, truly listening, to the wind brushing against the curtains. Presence keeps me from being dragged by traumas that were never mine. When you are fully immersed in the scent of rain, there is no room left for your mother's anguish or your grandmother's insecurities. You are here, and here is the only place where you have power. In my late 40s, I lived in constant alert. My mind manufactured disasters that never arrived. I was always tired because my spirit was never home. Now I understand. I was avoiding the present because I feared the silence. But it is in the silence of now that the body repairs and the nerves soften. If you want to live long, stop being a visitor in your own life. Touch, smell, listen, taste the smallest details. Longevity hides in the details most people rush past. Your body relaxes the moment it realizes you have finally come home to it. The fifth and final habit, the one that shields all the others, is the curation of affection. Or, as I prefer to say, learning to choose your own family. Many believe blood is a contract of eternal servitude. I learned that true family never requires you to shrink in order to fit at their table. To live 103 years, you must be surrounded by people who validate who you are today, not who they wish you would become. The stress of trying to satisfy someone who will never be satisfied is one of the greatest thieves of time. If you want longevity, your support system must be a harbor, not a battlefield. For decades, I was the bridge, the one who held everything together and accepted mistreatment in the name of unity. At 49, I realized I was dying inside because people loved my usefulness, not my essence. That's when I enacted my own law. Only those who bring me peace stay in my life, not those who bring me problems that aren't mine. Now I see clearly. The cycle of pain ends when you stop handing the keys to your emotional home to those who only want to set fire to your garden. Today, my family is made of people, by blood or by soul, who respect my silence and celebrate my joy. That keeps my blood pressure low and my will to live high. Time is not your enemy. The enemy is the silence you keep about what hurts you. I leave you no inheritance of gold, only the permission to be free. If everything ended tomorrow, I would die peacefully, because the story I lived was written by my own hand, not by the fear of disappointing others. So tell me, if your time were the rarest gift, and it is, would you keep spending it carrying other people's weight? Or would you finally begin walking on your own feet? The cycle ends where your courage begins.